This is a TabNine AI auto-completion tool, and this is a GitHub Copilot AI auto-completion. And in this video, we are gonna compare TabNine and GitHub Copilot. First of all, welcome to the new video. As you seen in the something which looks like an intro, you saw that I'm going to compare TabNine AI auto-completion tool and GitHub AI auto-completion tool. First of all, I want to introduce you to TabNine and GitHub Copilot. TabNine and GitHub Copilot are AI auto-completion tool which will complete the lines of code based on what you are doing in programming. I have been using GitHub Copilot for like a month. I get a free trial from 12 July to 12th August, and now in a few days I was recharged the auto completion tool, and now I choose TabNine because TabNine has free version, and I really don't want to pay anything for that. Okay, first of all, I must say that I will use a free version of TabNine, which is called TabNine Starter. TabNine does provide free trial to pro version, but I'm going to stick with a free version. Okay, and GitHub gave to me full version, like full paid version, with all the features. Like I think maybe all the features, maybe some lot of features are missing. But yeah, it has more features than TabNine Start, so that's important thing to know. And because I had already paid version of GitHub Copilot, I didn't have ads, so that is a plus. But I do have some kinds of ads sometimes. TabNine Starter will not complete your line completely, so you need to know that it's not like going to finish your line immediately. It's going just to half of line, but what GitHub Copilot will do at that moment, it will complete an entire line. So yeah, I already told you. Okay. The other thing which is also very big and related to this comparison is that I used those both AI auto-completion tools on GNU Linux, especially on Arch Linux, and it isn't the same Arch now, but you get the point. Like, okay, and I use it primarily for C and C++. I use GitHub Copilot more than TabNine, and so that might affect the results of the TabNine. But this comparison is like starter comparison, like what happened to me when I first saw GitHub Copilot. What happened to me when I first saw TabNine. Yeah, I did use GitHub Copilot web development for some SCSS or SAS, how you call it, and for some JavaScript development, but let's just stick to C and C++ story. Also, both those are AI auto-completion tools, and like IT in general now is really focused on web development. Like everything's web development, everything's JavaScript, everything's TypeScript. But I'm still will be, I hope, a C fan and a C developer. I do learn Rust, by the way, but I know C, and I'm really doing a lot of things with C and C++ instead of using TypeScript or JavaScript. Okay, let's continue. Okay, the first thing is that, okay, let's now start the comparison. Also nice. GitHub Copilot had what features does both them have in Visual Studio Code bundled? Okay, GitHub Copilot has both AI auto-completion tools and like IT in general now is really focused on web development. Like everything's web development, everything's JavaScript, everything's TypeScript. But I'm still like what I have in Visual Studio Code. Oh, by the way, I will only testing this in Visual Studio Code. So GitHub Copilot also have a GitHub Copilot Labs, and I think that I didn't find it in the timeline. If I'm wrong, you can ask me. I'm really lazy to get Google it. Maybe I will during the edit. But GitHub Copilot has a very nice feature labs. GitHub Labs, GitHub Copilot Labs, which will comment, like explain your code and do a translation of your code. Okay, the first thing, translation is not accurate on a very big fast. You can translate few lines, a few lines of code. It helped me actually when I was doing Laspa, but the thing is about that code translation that if you, let's say you're converting some only some Python functions like eval from Python code to C++ code. The thing is that GitHub Copilot will not tell you, like C++ don't have eval function, you just do std colon eval, so there's a thing which it needs, but TabNine doesn't have, yeah. What about settings? I wanna talk about settings, what I found in Visual Studio Code. I didn't really find the GitHub Copilot, like GitHub Copilot Labs was like in that sidebar, while TabNine has own Visual Studio Code tab where you can do where you can choose Pro version. You can see why it's better to use Pro version, why it's better to use with starter version, and so on. Okay, so the next point is going to be like experience while I'm writing the code. What I hate about everything about all the AI autocompletion tools are they are stealing the code completion from C and C++ development extension, like from Visual Studio Code extension. Like a lot of variables are written in English, and I know how to read English and understand, but it's a little harder to me to write currently some words, and I'm really relying on autocompletion to type that word, which I don't have to go to Google Translate again. So that's the thing which I won't say that GitHub Copilot Insert really immediately understand my code style, while TabNine needs some time. I don't know. As I said, maybe this is just because of starter version. I'm not sure, but yeah. And also, yeah. I think I don't think any logic in here, but I think the TabNine is stealing a little less of my development code completion. So yeah, that's also a thing. Yeah, and this was a free features, but like I okay, and this is what I really find different in both in both TabNine and the this is what I found interesting really to say to you guys about TabNine and GitHub Copilot. And also one more thing I want to say is don't download AI autocompletion tools for C# in Visual Studio 2022 because you get free and powerful AI autocompletion for C# in Visual Studio Code 2022. They could have for C++, but C# already has that in Visual Studio bundled. It's really great, really great, and also it works fine with non-AI autocompletion tools. Like if you want to use AI, you can you press the tab double, or you don't press it, and okay, if you don't want to use it, it will turn that suggestion for that line. It's really nice, and Microsoft really did good work for that. And because Microsoft bought the GitHub, they could also do good work in the GitHub Copilot. But I am hoping if you listen to this, Microsoft, please say to GitHub Copilot to not steal the code from extension in Visual other extensions for that code in Visual Studio Code from other extensions, right? Look on the Visual Studio AI autocompletion. That's a good autocompletion, and it is only unfortunately in Visual Studio. Visual Studio is great when it comes to doing C# GUI apps, but for others I don't really use it. It's really big, and that's downside. But for GUI C# apps, has really nice GUI designer. It really helps, and it's free. And free version is really great. I can't say it's not bad. So that's also thing. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and as usual, as nearly every other YouTuber, please like this video. It can really help me to get emotional boost. As I said in the last video, so you can check out the last video and also subscribe to my channel because yeah, at this moment we are at 30 subscribers. I hope we can get more, not less. Bye. And I hope we'll see you next time, being maybe on YouTube, maybe on GitHub. Bye. And before I finish this video, I also want to thank you, say thanks to all of the websites like Paxers.com, YouTube Audio Library, and others for providing me free videos and free music. Thanks a lot, guys and girls, if they work there.